right. Alright, what's up, chat? Haven't gone live on this account in a second. 1 second. My teacher called it at the wrong time. Alright, so what's up, chat? Nobody has any contentions? W, no contention live stream? BF3 God? Bear? Why Bear? Objectively worst, by the way. Oh, I've cut down 100 trees. That's crazy. Bear? Why Bear? Let me join? Why? No, live hasn't even gotten started. Yeah, I'm not letting people join until live gets started. Definitely Bear because they have a soft... Okay, buddy. You're not gonna get the bears that like Charmin type bears, okay, buddy? Because I got reasons to say. You can say them in the comments. Live just got started like 2 minutes ago. Live hasn't even started up yet. Saitama over Goten? You're lying, you're a troll. That can destroy the multiverse. In the Data Book, chapter 37. Alright, let's look that up. The bear wouldn't make me block out the whole portion of my life, and a bear would do it to survive. A man would not do that either. Me playing a game during this? Yes, I am. Whoever chooses a bear, you're actually dumb, and tell me why. Technically, it's subjective. No, the man is objective best. Alright, so, Data Book, chapter 37, Saitama. So, here. Here. Not here. Not here. Not here. Not here either. Not here either. Not here either. Literally nowhere in Saitama's page does it say that he can destroy the multiverse. The Earth is half a circle? You're lying. They did though? Prove it. Like here. 0.0685% of men have ever committed a violent crime. That means your what's called chances to interact with someone who has committed a violent crime, just like on a random chance, would be 0.0685. The Earth isn't a globe; it's a dinosaur. The Earth is a donut. That is not my main topic. The reason why I have this up is because some dude wants to pay $1,000 for it. So, chronically online without telling me you're chronically online. Yeah. So what here tells you that I'm chronically online? I was just out since 5 to like 7, or not 7, but 7:30. So it was more so I was out 14 hours. How could I be chronically online? Is a bear thing the main question? That's usually the main topic I run, but I run other topics as well. Still wouldn't take the chance, more attacks by a man than a bear? Yeah, the reason why there are more attacks by a man than a bear is simply because there's more men than there are bears. If you equalize the amount of interactions and the population between man and bear with the human race, or at least the male population, you would get an absurd number of deaths for bears, like for men. Do you only bring up people who want to debate? Really, yeah. But I'm not letting people up right now because live is just getting started. Would you rather be in the woods with a bear or Goku? Goku. I'd pick the bear, and I'm a guy. Cool. Your sex doesn't have anything to do with it. You can pick it whether you're male or female. People really think that's like a negation or something. Would you rather bring up someone who wants to debate against someone who opposes? What? You mean you want to debate someone who opposes my stance? Still wouldn't take my chance? Yeah, that can be your subjective view. That is a good subjective view. That is your personal subjective view. What we are debating right now is objectivity. Like, would you bring up two people to debate each other and you judge? I could do that, depending on who the people are. Back the fuck up. Get out my face, bitch. Alright, depending on who the people are, but I am also waiting on a dude who bet me $1,000 so he could beat me in a debate on Flat Earth, so. If you want to do that, just let me know. Just DM me on TikTok. Depends on the bear in proximity. Black bear definitely over a man. Who, it was a dude, his name was like similar to Voidless, but it was a little bit different. Let me see. He's not gonna give you 1K. I know, but if he, that would be that would be him making a promise to pay, and if he doesn't actually pay it, then you can just press charges. Let me see. Do I have you saved still? Here. This is his name. I send it in general. Chat. So Saitama technically loses, but the next day he punches into the past and wins. That presupposes he remembers it. Like, I'm gonna need justification for it. Because, like, even if we, like, say that it's, chapter 167 or 166, Saitama, I forget exactly which one it is, he would want to fight Goku first. And we've seen how long Saitama is able to do this, and that ability is supposedly beyond space and time. So it wouldn't be affected by things like space and time. So, the reason why Saitama forgot is because he's forgetful. So while he was fighting Goku, he would just simply forget it. He wouldn't be able to remember such a complex technique. Goku versus Saitama shouldn't be a debate. SSJ3 slams Saitama. Base Goku slams. I'm gonna eat the bear. You can get killed by the bear, you mean? Hi, yeah, by the way, it's not objective. Better option. Statistically, you want the bear? Why statistically you want the bear? Because we can go over the likelihood of you getting you encountering a man who has ever done a bad crime or a violent crime over the statistics of bear attacks per instance, and you'd get a lot more for bears. And by putting next to the bear, you're just trapped in the forest with it. It has to be a small forest, and you're going to be in its domain. That's basically the specification behind it. Otherwise, you wouldn't really interact with it. Ergo, the bear hypothetical would kind of be useless. Nah, me and the bear have a deal. He gets to unalive, and I get... Huh? Luffy beats Saitama? I could argue it, for sure. I could argue him transcending Nirvana is boundless, but it's a terrible argument. It's like a Straw Hat for Life level argument. I used to have a pet raccoon, like actually though. Pet raccoons are supposedly really nice. I've never had one myself personally, but I've heard they are really, really nice. The earth is flat. Okay, can you like objectively prove that? Alright, there's a picture of a globe earth right on your screen. And if you say it's edited, you need to like prove that in all possible worlds. How Naruto solos Goku? That's untrue. This is all just common sense, exactly. Saitama's what's called strength grows exponentially. Yeah, so that doesn't really matter due to the gap between Goku and Saitama being so big. The gap between them is too big for Saitama to cover in the middle of their fight. You'd have to be able to prove that Saitama's growth would be enough to, get over Goku. Not only that, Goku is 4D to 5D, which is just innately stronger than any, infinite power on a 3D level. Also, Goku would win, yeah. Also, Glebe gets one shot. The ground is flat, so the earth is probably flat. Also, okay, so you're a troll, okay. Bro didn't miss on one. Exactly. I'm always him like that, bro. He wiped out about a tenth of the universe with a single punch, right? No, he only wiped out like a couple light years at best. And can he prove that claim? Because what we see is him destroy a couple thousand stars. We don't see him destroy galaxies or anything like that. In fact, even on my main account, Calzire, I've recently debunked that. I assume you're going by that one dude's video, that Sleepy Kuros video. Because his got popular recently. Bear? Why Bear? Then again, I don't really watch either, so I wouldn't know between him and Goku. I just think DBC cool. Well, Goku does slam. Like, you could argue for 4D multiversal Saitama, but it's not really going to be a good argument. You're just going to have to argue that he overloaded hyperspace gates, or at least overloaded subspace gates, which you could argue 4D, but it's not really the best argument. I need some, like, cannibals. Bear, because I can trust a bear to be a bear, can't trust a man to be humane. You can trust a man to be humane. What are you talking about? Saitama only wins if his punch is a meme? Huh? What is this? Damage minus speed weapon? I love how easy it is to disprove fat earthers. Exactly. Meme like One Punch Man? Saitama isn't a gag character if that's what you're referencing. What game you playing? I'm playing The Forest. I got it recently. I need some cannibals to eat. That's kind of like contradictory, but still. Saitama's gag character because of writing and plot. In One Deal, there's no plot in writing though. I disagree. Do I have like? Yeah. I have like no fucking food. Gag to one punch to beat Gara and Boros. That's not what his gag would be. Okay, so he is a gag character, but he is also not a gag character in some circumstances, such as we see with when he is fighting someone like what's it called, someone who is equal or at least has low relevancy relative to him. That he no longer is a gag character and he becomes very serious. His gag isn't to one punch. His gag is the fact that he's overpowered. And in his verse, he is very overpowered. But that gag becomes nullified when you're faced with an opponent who's of equal strength, if not more. Or at least low relativity. I thought the whole joke is he one punches, so he's suppressed. The gag of his character is he's too strong and nobody can give him a proper challenge, so he is depressed. So kind of, but kind of not. Even though he shows raw emotion. Yeah, he does show raw emotion quite a bit. Such as anger and shit like that. Since Saitama is not built to lose because he grows in power, how do you lose to Goku? Just because he's not built to lose doesn't necessitate him not losing. Like, I can be built to, like, be a perfect student, and then I can get terrible grades. Like, you are raised to be a good human being. However, what is this ominous shit I'm hearing? However, a lot of people are not good human beings. Saitama's a human though? Cool, he gets beat by Krillin. What? Come on, tell me there's a bird up here. And oh no, I have sticks, okay, good. Krillin over Saitama? Yeah. Oh shit, those were poison, weren't they? Yes! Come here, Cannibal, please! Cannibal, please! What if Saitama and Goku went buddy? Can't die? He would both. That doesn't mean he can't die, what? That's like the amount of non sequitur in that statement was crazy. Mirror so I can box it. One Punch Man wins in Terra 3. He fought Garo out of his universe, facing the multiverse. Alright, so firstly, that shit is not canon. The fuck? Why are you bringing up non-canon shit? Tell me, come on, well, why are you bringing up non-canon shit? Secondly, if we want to say that, what you listed was only a multiversal feed. I can argue for low complex Goku. even before he did that, no, it wasn't like even if you want to say it's a hole in the universe, it wasn't really a big hole. It was a very small hole, and that doesn't even make you universal. That makes you less than universal. That's not even like fucking multi-galaxy. If anything, it's literally just galaxy. Carried away. If anyone messes with me, I have a that's fine. That's fine. However, like, we're debating the objective best option. One of them sneeze and humanity is doomed. What are you talking about? Saitama or Goku? No, not Goku, because he has more control over his power, but also Saitama really only has speed and strength. Yeah, and... Since Saitama can go stronger than Goku, he's winning. Prove that he can go stronger than someone who is dimensionally above him. You cannot prove that due to the fact that there's an inaccessible gap between 3D and 4D. If there's an inaccessible gap between 3D and 4D, growing exponentially, you will not cross that, because inaccessible is bigger than infinity. Well, bigger than baseline. And even if you want to say that, that's a count. He has like something similar to a countable infinity, except for he still has limits when it comes to growth. Wow, you're smart. Good point. Oh, Chef got to put you on you. Happy someone understands Goku wins against Saitama. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, I'm waiting for like most of those Saitama geeks, like the one, not the one, like Cosmic Genos. Cosmic Genos is pretty chill. He doesn't really do debates. So I'm not really in reference to him, actually. What's his name? The real fact speaker, that guy, to come up here. All these takes are common sense. Surprisingly, no. Saitama's measurable speed has been mentioned multiple times throughout the manga. Alright, so give me all the times it was mentioned, I'll debunk it. Boros? Yeah, no, so what he sent was a measurable energy. Yeah, all that is in reference to is the fact that he cannot measure the amount of energy that Saitama has, or the immeasurable potential or strength, depending on how you translate it. The kid that made a time machine, yeah, that was again just in reference to the fact that he couldn't measure his power. That doesn't mean it's measurable speed. Bang. Yeah, okay, yeah. Again, that's just in reference to how nobody in his verse, besides someone like Garo or what's it called, God, could measure his power. That's all it's in reference to. And the reason why is because it keeps on growing. You cannot get a measure on something that keeps on growing. So that's not really an argument. Not only that, that doesn't necessitate him having immeasurable speed. If anything, that's infinite speed. Infinite strength, which doesn't correlate to speed. As someone can be infinite 3D and still be bound by linear time, or just be still move finite distances and shit like that. Not move finite distances, have finite speed. Said that Saitama beats all of the anime protagonists. Can you give me the thing for that? No, it's just to add insult to injury. 11-dimensional as well. Can you prove that? Literally can copy abilities. Can you prove that he can copy chi and stuff like that, please? If you're flat earther, then you're dumb. That's true. Yeah, that would just be a death to the author, if anything. So, Arthi, are you gonna like substantiate 11D Saitama? 'Cause, like, how many followers do you have, Arthi? You have 67. My Discord is Calazar. Like, let me just put it in chat. So if you want to debate there, we can. I put it in chat. So if you want to debate 11D Saitama, we can. What's good, Rucker Seb? Are you and Yugi finished? Because it seems like that guy's gonna duck. So it seems he's not going to substantiate his claim, which is not abnormal. Goku and Popeye, I give it to Goku. Popeye doesn't have any good feats to my knowledge. Whole live is bait for slow people. Not sure what exactly you're meaning by that, but that can have multiple different implications. If that's an insult, then buddy, I'm gonna need you to substantiate that. If it's not, then W. Bruh, one single sentence, all I have to say, imagine Goku Ultra Instinct. Okay, buddy. You're those types of people is to be like, oh, well, what about Super Saiyan 5 or 6? And I'm in the forest with the cocaine bear. I'm gonna need substantiation for that now. Only 2 bones? Damn. It means you're attempting to appeal people's stupidity. Yeah, okay, yeah. I thought so, I wasn't entirely sure. A lot of people on TikTok nowadays are just the bitches. But you're just mad with straight facts. Sounds like salt. What? What are you talking about? Oh, nah, I'm getting jumped. Yes, fight each other. Fight each other. There's 4 of y'all? No, I got... Come here! That's right, run away like a little bitch. I'd rather the bear. You can come up and debate it. Like, request up, I'll accept after I finish game 5v1. Soaking still alive? No? I'll invite him. Alright, bear, why? Man, but real question, fellas, woman or Siberian tiger? Woman. Hear me out when I say this, bear, because I know my survival chances. Your survival chances, like 10 to 30%. Your survival chances with a man is 99%. And I can justify that. Alright, So chat, me and this man, I've known this man for a little while. This man soaking Ray are finna run man versus bear. So do you wanna go first? Do you wanna take the you wanna go first? Soaking, your internet is ass.
So what I want to know is, bro. Huh?
Your internet is dog shit. You're on one bar. But yeah, do you want like do you want a judge on this? Because I can get a judge. I have a judge ready.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yeah.
So why do you think the man would be the better decision?
Yeah, but I'm gonna continue what I said a second ago. Do you want to judge on this? Like if we're gonna debate?
Why do you not sound like Professor Ignan?
Because Professor Ignan gave me his account. Well, I'm borrowing his account. I've gotten his viewers up by 2,000,000%. So, like, if it's
Who? And your name?
my name, Calzar.
Oh, Calazar. Oh, yeah. I remember you. Let me see if I can get a judge in here.
Soaking, buddy.
Yeah.
You know who Yugi is?
No.
No. He's a tier 3 in main com. You fine with him judging? Because he was supposed to judge.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was supposed to judge the debate I was gonna have, but the dude ducked. I was gonna debate if the Earth was flat or not for $1,000. So, the reason why I think man, you agree to Yugi as judge, correct?
What do you say?
You agree to Yugi as judge, correct? Just want to get like verbatim, yes.
Yeah, I agree.
All right. So, you asked me why I believe that man is the objective better choice, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the reason why I believe that man is the objective better choice is because the probability of you being attacked by a man per instance is severely lower, and let's go, is severely lower than the amount of bear attacks per instance. You're more likely to be attacked by a man. I mean, sorry, a bear than you are a man. And you're able to fight off a man easier than you can fight off a bear. And if you want scans for this and like evidence for this, I can give you evidence. Alright, so the amount of men who have ever committed a violent crime worldwide is 0.0685% of the male population. That means, in this instance, because it's a generalized question, it's a random between what man you get. Um, you have a 0.0685% to what's called have a man who has ever committed a violent crime. And in most instances where a person has committed a violent crime and went and did jail time, they come out a reformed person and they don't do the same crimes again. They're a changed person. So even if you meet these people, they're not likely to, attack you. And secondly, according to wildlife.org, wildlifecenter.org, sorry, Yellowstone and fucking Nat Geographic, per instance, in an encounter with a wild bear, there's an 87% chance, 87 to 89% chance that it will attack you, and there's a 70% chance on top of that that it will end your life. Like 70% chance off the attacks.
I see what you're saying, but like in this scenario, so the man, why wouldn't the man attack you if like this is a survivor um
Yeah,
mission?
no. I've already explained why he wouldn't, because it's not likely to attack you based off statistics. And why would I have to fulfill the negation of that? You asked me to prove a negative claim here. Why wouldn't he do this? Why would he do this? That would be your burden to prove, not mine.
Hmm. Then pull. But a grizzly bear, right? It's easier to take down a grizzly bear than it would to take down the man. And like the
Can you
man
prove
can
that?
build weapons. He can build an arrow. He can build
Okay.
spears, which
Yeah,
the
yeah.
grizzly bear
So,
doesn't
so
have opposable thumb. So it wouldn't
can
really
you?
be a threat.
So a couple of things. Can you prove that the majority of men know how to make arrows, how to make what's called bows and spears and stuff like that? Secondly, I've already proved that your likelihood to get attacked by a bear is severely like by a 79 point something percent difference. All right, and you're not gonna be able to outrun the bear. You can outrun a man. You can't outrun a bear because bears run faster than most humans. Most humans, on average, run 6 to 8 miles per hour, while the average bear runs 30 miles per hour. And if you need scans, I can give you scans for it.
But why not the bear? if I still have the possibility of defeating the bear.
Your probability is going to be less due to the fact that bears have more striking strength. They are faster. They are stronger. They are more durable. They have more endurance. They are statistically better in all areas other than intelligence.
And they are much more. They're not smart enough. I could easily lead him into a trap.
Okay, cool. So let's say you do lead him into a trap. Can you prove that you can make a trap? And that's you. That's not the entire human race. That is not the entire population of men, or I'm sorry, of people. What's good, Tensei? So you'd have to prove that the majority of the population can build traps that are successful enough to trap and immobilize a bear. Even my judge made a better argument for bear. What?
Definitely be successful enough to immobilize
Okay,
bear
yeah,
against any vital targets.
yeah. What I am asking you to do is substantiate that the
Pardon?
majority of the population knows how to make a bear trap successful enough in order to immobilize or end the bear.
So are you saying that a human being does not have the knowledge or enough
Can you
IQ to
wait?
the
Can
regular
you repeat
human
that?
being does not have enough IQ to make a basic trap?
So can you
The
repeat that
regular
because
human being,
your mic was
are you
cutting
saying
out
they
for me?
don't have enough IQ to make like a basic
Intelligence
trap?
intelligence doesn't really matter depending on what you define intelligence as.
Am I lagging?
Um, you are a little bit, but it's fine. Intelligence doesn't really matter depending on what you define as intelligence as. But I would need you to prove that the majority of the population has the knowledge to actually do this. Knowledge and intelligence are two different things, in my opinion. But still, you'd have to prove that majority of the population knows how to make a successful trap to immobilize the bear.
I don't think I would be able to prove that because
Okay.
I don't think every human being has the intelligence to build a bear trap.
I'm not saying every human being. I'm saying most of the population, even if it's just 50.1%. As long as you can prove 50.1% of the
So
population.
I think it would be common knowledge that something sharp. I think it would be smart that something strong and like sharp would be able to take out a bear. So if they have a knife, it would be possible for them to carve out spears and tie them onto to wood that is capable of bending, because you can find wood in the forest that are capable of bending
Okay, so a couple of
and
things.
like
First,
tie
the
them
average
onto it. You can
person.
also find vines which are very strong.
Yep. So the average person does not carry around a weapon. Like I can show you statistics for this. The average person doesn't carry around a gun, a knife, or nothing on their daily life. And this is just taking them out of a random scenario. They don't get 24 hours preparation. This is just pick them up off the street, put them in a forest. So that argument, you'd have to prove that the entirety of the, or sorry, most of the population has a weapon that they can use to craft spears. And let's say that they do craft spears. A bear has more range than you, and that spear will help you with the range. But if you stab it in the shoulder, it's not going to stop, and you're not going to be able to pull out in time, and it's just going to slash the fuck out of your face. It's going to tear out your organs. There has been records of
But you
this.
do know that a bear doesn't have the agility that a human being has, so it still would be possible for
And it doesn't.
if you're not panicking and you don't panic, it's easily to dodge bears.
Okay, so what do you define agility as? Let's get that down. Do you, do you just want to?
Speed and flexibility.
Yeah. So you
And
know that bears gap most humans that that like in specific part.
uh, in a close combat, I disagree. But maybe in a like in distance they would like gap or speed. But in close combat, I don't think a swing of a bear is faster than how a human is capable of jumping out of the way of something. For
All right,
instance, a
let's
bear
attack
wouldn't
that point.
be fast enough to jump out of the way of a speeding car, but a human would. Huh?
Let's attack that point then. Let's see this animal, this very small, harder to track animal, jumping out of the way, and him still being able to catch it very easily. So this animal, who was very agile, very easily able to jump out of the way several times, still was able to get caught by this bear because the bear is also agile. Bears are very agile and they are very fast. Just because you don't think they're very agile and very fast because they're big doesn't really mean anything truly. And if you think that's an outlier, I can get more, but and the reason why they are so powerful is because they have really strong. I'm sorry. The reason why they're so agile is because they have really strong muscles. What's good, Ignan?
But you have to remember that the percentage of a bear attacking you, it wouldn't be that high if because you're not positive that you would come up on a hungry bear, and a bear won't attack you if it's not
So,
hungry.
couple of things. Firstly, it will attack you if you're not hungry. There's been multiple instances, such as the instance with the man who was living with bears for a couple years of his life. They were happily fed, and they was all good. They were fed, they were happy, but they still ate the human. And I can let me show you another.
And I still also believe that if you look at the situation, we still see if you're not afraid of the bear and you show 100% courage, that bear will not attack you if you stand your ground and do not run. That bear will not attack you, especially if it's not hungry, because
A
that would
couple
just
of
further my point.
so Firstly, that will only work if it's curious about you. If it comes at you for any other reason besides curiosity, then it will not matter whether you make yourself bigger, if you fight back or anything like that. Because it will, if it comes at you for hunger, for dominance, anything like that, it will end you. And secondly, what's it called? I already gave you my percentages for bear attacks per instance, and you didn't attack that.
So what's the point? What's the chance of knocking him out with a giant rock?
Not very high, considering that they can it's called they can attack you before you attack them. They are faster than you. They are
No,
stronger.
I positive I can throw a rock faster than a bear can attack me.
Yeah, can you prove that you would be able to throw it with enough accuracy and force to knock out this bear? And can you prove that the majority of the population would be able to do?
Um,
You're debating a losing side here. I've debated this topic for a long time. Well, ever since it came out. I do have to be back. Are you willing to rate like 5-10 minutes?
okay.
I have to be back. Then
No, I would say the average human cannot make a grizzly bear trap. So if you, that's like doubting the average human, because I would consider myself to be like an average human, and I think it's very well in my capabilities to make a trap for a grizzly bear. And I always carry around my lighter. So he says the average human wouldn't always carry around a weapon or a lighter. But I bring my lighter, so I think I could easily start a fire. And the bear won't attack me when he sees the fire, especially if that fire is large.
I'm back. So what you said?
I was saying I was gonna use the probability of me having lighter at the time when I get dropped off
Wait,
in
what?
forest,
The
but I'm
probability of
saying the
what?
average human wouldn't carry around a lighter.
A lighter? The average human doesn't carry around a lighter. But like, what were you saying about what?
That's why I wasn't gonna bother to use that point. I'm not using that point anymore because the average human doesn't bring around a lighter.
Yeah. So what was your point? Like, what were you trying to argue?
Oh, I was gonna say it would be easy for me to like start a fire, and that would scare the bear away if the fire is large enough.
Can you prove? Okay. Now, I'm gonna use skepticism against this as well. Again, can you prove that the average person, most of the humans on Earth, can do that?
Start a fire with a lighter, of course.
With a lighter, can you prove that the average person holds a lighter?
Even a child could start a fire with a lighter.
Yeah. Can you prove that the average person has a lighter on them at like every instance or most instances?
So that's why I want. That's why I refuted my point. That's why I like draw back my point because I'm saying the average human doesn't carry around lighters.
Yeah.
So I
So
won't use that point anymore.
that fire point is irrelevant. So yeah. So you got any other points?
And I know the probability of me beating the bear with my bare hands is zero. So damn. Can I like switch the debate and like take an L on this one and let's debate the Goku Saitama?
Sure. Yes, Saitama, I assume. You're gonna argue for
Who are
Saitama?
you debating for? Goku, right?
Well, I have Goku.
Yes, I would argue for Saitama.
Yeah, I have Goku over Saitama. So yeah. So why do you think that Saitama beats Goku?
Because Saitama's techniques and how he does battle is like totally different from how Goku does battle. Because Goku
Okay.
won't just one shot his opponents. He battles his
Okay.
opponents to test their abilities. So this
That
would give
presupposes that
Saitama
he's that
the
that argument
chance.
presupposes he has the strength to actually one shot Goku. So you need
I'm
to.
not I'm not saying he would one shot Goku. I'm not saying he gonna one shot like a full power Goku. I'm saying that he would use a reverse causality punch, which would catch Goku off guard when he's not having his ki, and
Okay,
Goku
so
would
you're
lose.
using Adrian's argument. So that argument presupposes that he would know it in this fight. But are you using chapter 166 to 167, Saitama?
Reverse causality punch Saitama.
Yeah. So do you know what standard battle assumptions is?
A what?
Standard battle assumptions.
No, enlighten me.
So standard battle assumptions dictates that the both characters are in character, but they are willing to kill. Do you have any contentions to this?
So you're making them bloodlusted.
They are what's called they're in character, but still willing to care. I mean, willing to kill.
But even like we seen Goku like in character and
That
like being willing to kill, and
yeah.
still draws out his battle before he will like kill his opponent. Like with Zamasu, with Moro, he had the chance to kill Moro, but he gave him a sensu bean, and he wanted to kill Moro because after he did it, right? So we see Goku in like this situation where he gives someone a
So
chance
this
to like
isn't
get back up
answering the
on their feet.
question. Do you agree to SBA?
Okay,
You agree to that, yeah?
so we're gonna debate for them like bloodlusted and being willing to kill.
In character. In character.
But if we do that, I think Saitama would just use reverse causality punch right off the bat.
Yeah, can you prove that he would do that in character, firstly? Secondly, you're still not answering the question. You're avoiding the question. It's a yes or no question. You're trying to add like more answers to it when those answers don't answer the question.
I don't agree. I like using them in character.
So why do you not agree? Because it's a standard battle assumption. Standard battle assumptions apply to standard battles, standard versus battles. So why would you disagree?
I disagree because that's not how it works in like when you do a versus battle. Either it would be like bloodlusted or they're just in character. There's no
Yeah, they
like
can be
them being in
bloodlusted, but
character
still in
willing to kill.
character.
If
They
they
can be
don't have
willing
like
to kill,
a
but
reason to
still in
kill,
character.
why would they be want to kill
Assume
if they don't have a
that
reason to?
these
Are
that's
you
not
are
how
you
you do versus
to make
battles.
this verse match? Are you applying this to them?
Actually, how you
Because
do
if this is
versus
the way
battle.
you're debating it,
Versus
I'd
battle
have to go
wikis,
with that.
DSAP, Superpower Wiki, all these different wikis have standard battle assumptions applied to all of their battles. That's how battles work. We use standard battle assumption to determine how the fight would go. We determine the location of the place. We determine many different things. That is where verse equalization is from.
So do you okay? Do you okay? So let's say that I agree.
All right, so if we take Saitama, the fact that Saitama only really sorry, my bad. So if we take the fact that Saitama in character would want to fight a strong opponent first because he would want to have fun, because that's just like narratively consistent. We see this through season 1 and chapters 1 through 100 of One Punch Man. Do you agree that that's narratively consistent? That Saitama wants to fight someone who's
No,
fun or strong?
not really.
You don't think it's narratively consistent?
No, I just think he's powerful and boring.
So I have a question. Have you watched One Punch Man? Um.
Watched and read both.
Alright. So 1 second. Let me find the exact scan I'm needing.
But even if you were to use that feat, it
Alright.
shows
So
even in the after chapter that Saitama's grows infinitely
yeah.
according
Don't
to his emotions. So the more
move
his
on.
emotion rise, the more he would be
Move on
having
to another
fun, is the more he would get
topic.
stronger infinitely.
Soaking. Don't move on to another topic when you're not finished with this one. Alright, so here we talk about Saitama's. It seems my dream has come true, but I'm not the least bit excited. What he's in reference to this is that he's fighting someone who is very strong, who's like relative to him. And we see this from this scan right here.
So that would contradict his wants because if you're saying he wanted to find someone who's strong, right? Because he was of boredom, but he then gets to fight someone who's strong, but he's not happy about it. I don't
Yeah, the
see why
reason
it
why
would
he is not
narratively
happy is because his best friend just fucking died. What are you talking about?
So I don't see why he would be happy for a next fight. If he's gonna fight someone who's strong, he's gonna remember that his first battle that he fought someone who's strong, he almost lost his friend,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
this would bring
Okay. Yeah, so Goku wouldn't kill his friend, so it doesn't matter whether or not he feels excited in this specific what's called instance due to the fact that The only reason why he wasn't happy was because Genos died. He was really pissed at that. We see this throughout chapter 165, 7, and 6. The only reason why he wasn't having fun was because his best friend just fucking died in front of his eyes, and he was carrying around his heart. Alright? And now if we look back to, what's called, season 1, where he was talking about Boros, he said that he actually had fun while talking to Genos. While, of course, he wasn't completely relative to him, or equal to him, he was still incredibly strong and was able to push Saitama to go serious. And that made Saitama have fun. And we can even see this from Saitama's dream, where he begins to have fun because he's fighting strong opponents. So it is kind of very narratively consistent that Saitama wants to fight someone who is incredibly strong, right? We even see this in Dab Book 37. He even states this here.
Even so, Saitama doesn't go around picking fights.
He doesn't. However, if someone strong comes up to him and picks up a fight like that, like if they pick a fight with each other, like, hey, you're strong, let's fight, then he's gonna fight back. He's not gonna be like, no, don't fight me! No! He's gonna fight back. He's not a bitch.
No, he'd be like, don't bother me. Like, I'm busy or I'm shopping. Or like, no,
Really?
Saitama doesn't just, he fight back even though he doesn't want to. Because he's annoyed.
This is what happened
That's
when
annoyed
something
Saitama.
like that happened. He fought back.
He's annoyed. He fought back because he's annoyed.
So do you think that Goku being like, fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me, fight me isn't annoying? When that is pretty much the same thing that Garo did, except for Garo said, I'm you're a hero hunter, I'm gonna fight you. He said that once, and then Saitama bitch slapped him. Alright? Now Goku's gonna nag on him until he fights him. We see this
I don't
with
think that's how it went. I think he told Saitama told him to hit him. When he hit him, then Saitama like returned back a hit.
Yeah, you don't think Goku's gonna do that? Like he's done before, several times, against like people with like a Monako? That big fucking nipple dude?
But even so, I don't think Goku could defeat Saitama with one punch because you wouldn't be able to harm Saitama.
Wait. I never asserted that. What I am arguing right now that is narratively consistent for Saitama to be wanting to fight someone who is incredibly strong. That is what I'm arguing for right now, for a point I am going to make, which I have already proven through several different ways. And we actually see Saitama enjoying fights. Saitama enjoying fucking fights.
Like you show one scene of him like smiling, and I think that's not always. Like he always like even when he's playing games with King, he's always disturbed because he never wins, right? And like when we see he fighting the monsters, like he's always telling them not to bother him because he's always busy doing something.
Yeah, so the reason why he's telling him that is because, like you said, he's stronger. He will one-tap them. However, this is not the case with Goku. And if those monsters are strong enough so where they actually provide a challenge, you know what he's going to do? He's going to fight them. Like what happened with the Earth monsters, what happened with Boro, what happened with fucking...
He never wanted to fight even like...
He didn't want to fight Garo? You didn't want to fight Garo?
He never wanted to fight Garo.
He never wanted to fight...
Garo forced Saitama into fighting him.
Okay, let's presuppose that's... Wait, not let's presuppose.
The same things for Monster Orochi.
Wait.
Saitama into fighting.
Wait.
Flashy Flash. Let's
look at season 1, where Saitama goes into
Saitama into fighting. All of Saitama's fight, he was forced to fight. He never just got up and say, okay, let's fight because you're strong. No.
He said that to Boros' minions. He said that to Boros' minions. Hey, let me fight your boss. He's probably strong. That's what he said to his minions. to fucking Boris's minions. He was like, "Let me fight your boss. He's probably strong." That's what he said to his fucking minions in the fucking anime and in the fucking manga.
But even when
You're
he did
making me
reach
think that you
Boros,
haven't
even
read
when
the
he did
manga.
reach Boros, he never just attacked Boros. He tried to talk Boros out of what he was doing and said like to leave Earth. Like,
Show
what are
me
you
that.
doing here?
Show me
He
him.
ne-
Show me him trying to talk Boros out of it. In fact, let's go to the anime. Saitama. Let's go to
he legit
Crunchyroll.
was trying to talk
Let's go to
Boros, right?
Crunchyroll. We'll watch it in dub. All right.
Boros was the one who attacked him.
Okay, that doesn't mean he wasn't the one who initiated the fight. He initiated the fight. He is the one who initiated that.
No,
Because he wanted
Boros
to
the
fight
one who
Crunchyroll.
initiated the fight. Boros
The
said, "I
way
can
he
sense your
initiated
power,
it,
human.
the way
It
that he
has no
initiated
limit
it,
to it.
is
So
breaking
you
into his
has been one." And
house,
then Boros started to
fighting,
charge up,
no,
and he
God,
attacked Saitama and
breaking
started
into
throwing him
his
around.
room, breaking into his room, and like threatening his entire operation. He did that to Boros. That was the initiation of the fight. He started the fight. He started the fight. Boros threw the first punch. Is it this? Is this?
But let me ask you a question. You think Goku would survive like the reverse causality punch?
I'm gonna argue against it. Just give me a bit. Not give me a bit. Oh, we were arguing on this specific point. Don't move on to the what's it called. Don't move back to the point that we are currently talking about. Like, don't move back to a point when I'm trying to negate that point. Like you know what I mean. But so you agree that is narratively consistent for Saitama to actually want to fight his opponents if they are strong, right?
He will fight them, but like I'm not saying he won't fight them. He will fight them, yes, but he has to be disturbed or forced into fight. You
No,
never just fight someone like
I've
just
already
off of
attacked
fighting
that.
them.
So I think I've already
Even
like my
Genos.
claim.
So
So
no,
I'm gonna
speaking,
go to a
Genos asked him to
conclusion
fight him.
on
He
this.
said no. Genos had to start attacking him for him to start a fight. Genos.
So okay. I've already like substantiated this. So do you just want to go conclusions on this specific point? And the judge, Yugi, which you agree to, can judge it later.
Okay.
All right. So I believe why that I won just based on the fact that I was able to prove multiple of my claims about Saitama, being narratively consistent that he wants to fight strong people. I've shown evidence of this. I've shown statements for this. I've shown like every form of evidence that I need to in order to prove it. And you didn't really attack many of my points. And if you tried to, I negated those points. That's my conclusion.
So my saying it is that you showed a chapter of him smiling once in a fight, while I brought up multiple situation like countless of him being forced into fights and him not enjoying them and him being even mad because he's losing in games with King. So and the next point is also
No,
you were
no, no.
saying something like
We're still on the point of reverse causality. So he would fight Saitama. Do you agree that he would fight him for at least like 5-10 minutes, even if he initiates the fight before he uses reverse causality?
if we're going off of the fact that they're in character but willing to kill, I don't think he would get the chance to go 10 minutes because if Saitama is willing to kill, he just business.
Yeah,
He would just go on
Saitama is
business.
willing to kill Boros. Yeah, he didn't go all out from the beginning. He didn't use his like, most powerful move from the beginning. He didn't use like a one shot move from the beginning because he wanted to enjoy the fight.
Well, he's gonna notice how strong Goku is like from Goku's first attack and know that he can't like do the same thing with Boros, who was a weaker opponent. So he's the first thing he's gonna think of, which he has in his arsenal, and you're giving him the fact that he remembers it, is
Okay,
reverse
so
causality
what you
punch to
said
put
was
him
a
off
non
guard.
sequitur. Just because that Boros was weaker than Saitama doesn't really matter, as he was the first one to provide a challenge to Saitama. He was the one that provided a challenge to Saitama, and instead of Saitama just saying, this guy is a threat to the earth and everything around it, and one-shot him, he actually enjoyed the fight. Saitama knew he was a threat, knew he was really strong, and had a low relativity to him, and he didn't one-shot him. Even at the end of their fight, he was still holding back. So he is not one to just use his strongest one-shot move right off the bat. And are you willing to wait like 5-10 minutes? Because I have to.
Okay, but like even so,
I'll be
like you
back.
have to think about it. The same for Goku. Even if Goku was like strong and willing to kill, I proved multiple points where he gives sensu beans to his opponents to test them, right? So in Goku's scenario, even if Saitama were to like not use causality punch within the first 10 minutes, and he were to even take severely damage, I still think he would get back up and use reverse causality punch based off of the fact that Goku would let him.
Alright, I'm back. So, what's your argument against the point I provided?
So I'm saying that even if Goku were to get off the first 10 minutes in this fight, we see Goku in a fight even when he's willing to kill, because we see him versus Moro, and he was willing to kill Moro because
Real
Wiz
quick.
told him to kill Moro,
Real
and he
quick.
said, "I'm going to kill Moro." So he gets the upper hand on Moro, and Moro is now on his dying breath.
You're trying
And
to
Goku
precog my argument,
gives
but you're
Moro a
failing.
sensu bean. He gives Moro a sensu bean,
Yes,
which
yes.
which Moro gets up back.
Like,
And then Moro now absorb mirrors and start doing further damage that he
okay,
wasn't supposed to do. Goku
You're
was supposed to
trying
kill
to
him.
precog my argument, but that's not gonna be my argument. You're thinking that my argument is gonna be that he's gonna beat the shit out of Saitama in the first 10 minutes, and then your counter argument is that he's gonna revive Saitama. But that's not my argument. That's not what I am going to argue.
But any scenario, I would get the win card because Saitama's growth is growth like infinitely. So
Okay,
for
so
longer the
can
fight,
you prove? Okay,
the
so what type
infinitely
of
the
infinity
more
is it?
growth.
What type of infinity is it?
It's infinite growth, no limits.
What type of infinite is it? You said it's infinite. Give me the specifications for it.
Never ending.
Never ending? Yeah, there's like two different definitions that can fit that. So which one?
Infinite growth. He keeps on growing continuously.
Yeah. So again, do you know what the two infinities are? Right, the two different types of infinities. Well, there's more than two, but these are the only two that would really apply here because
There's
Saitama's
like
not.
the infinity between one and two. There's the infinite that just infinite, and there's like the infinite that
There's the
stretches.
infinite that is just infinite. One second.
Yes, like eternal, like something that's infinite. Like it doesn't really have an end or a beginning. There's an infinite like that.
Okay, so define the two infinities. Give me the two infinities. Define them.
So one infinity stretches on, and one infinite is just infinite.
So no. So what the two infinities are here? Even the Go-To Bears know this shit. Even the motherfucking the fucking TikTok goon knows this shit. So there's a countable infinity and a uncountable infinity. Do you know what these two are?
So what's the diff? So if I said there's an infinity that stretches on, right? And there's an infinity
Answer my
that's
question,
just
please.
infinite, that has no beginning or ending. Obviously it would be the
Answer my
same
question,
meaning.
please.
I even mentioned the infinite between one and two that keeps it's countable. It just keeps going on. So why would you act like I'm wrong
Yeah. So
when I
so
gave you multiple
what
definitions?
you just listed was a what's it called a countable infinity. So you do understand that dimensionality is made up of uncountable infinities, right? And uncountable infinities are bigger
So
than
you think you can count eternal?
what?
You think you can count eternal?
Sorry, can you say that one more time?
You think you can count eternal?
Count eternal? Do you know what
Yeah.
countable? Do you know what a countable infinity is?
An infinite that just counts like stretches on. It's like how the universe stretches. It's not
Okay,
like infinite. It just stretches on
what?
infinitely.
What a countable. By the way, this is the judge. I'm gonna give him the recording after this, but you already agreed to him earlier. But so countable infinity is finite sets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, like that, continuing on like that. It's a what's it called finite
Like the numbers between one and two.
finite
I
amount
said
of
that.
numbers that is ever growing. Like that, yeah. So you listed it as a countable infinity. So that is not like a true uncountable infinity. So that is not even high unit. No? What do you mean no? You already said you judge. What?
No, I mean like what Bonkai just said. No, it's not the numbers between 1 and 2. It's the infinite set of natural numbers.
What?
It's the infinite set of natural numbers, not the numbers between 1 and 2. That's
So
what.
aren't the numbers between one and two countable infinity?
I mean, they're a higher level of infinity because if you count those, that's infinity stacked on top of an infinity. That's what we call Aleph 1.
You're using a lot of big words.
I
I like no offense. I don't think Bankai knows what any of those mean. I'm not trying to be offensive here, Bankai.
What?
I'm not trying to be offensive or anything here, Bankai. But I don't think you know what an aleph is.
No, I don't know what aleph is.
So, what you listed, Soking, was a countable infinity. Do you understand that you need a uncountable infinity in order to get to infinite 3D, right? In order to get to high uni.
I don't think you would need to get that if he'd already displayed feats beyond the logic of the universe.
Okay, can you provide those feeds, please?
The universe is 4D,
Can you
which
substantiate
consists of
that?
space and time,
Yeah.
right?
So
And he was capable of traversing that with the reverse causality punch and went beyond linear time. So if his body was capable of surviving that, this would give him 5D power.
couple of things. Him surviving that would not be 5D. Why would it be a 5D? Secondly, he did not go beyond the linear progression of time. He just missed.
It would be 5D since it's reversing the cause back to the effect, and it also got rid of
Do not
future
interrupt.
events,
Do
which
not
is
interrupt
space
me,
time.
gang. Do not interrupt me, gang. So yeah, I interrupted you because you were shotgunning. It's not going beyond the progression of time. What it is regression of time. Regression is not going beyond the linear progression of time. Like let's say I'm driving on a road, all right, and then I put my car in reverse and start going backwards. Have I went beyond the linear flow of this?
No, you never went back in time because that's just you going backwards. Two different things from going back in time to a point in time that cannot be go that
He's
you
going back
cannot
to a
go
point
back
in
to.
time. Wait. Did you just say? Did you just fucking say that there is a difference to going back in time and going back to a point in time?
No, you said you reversed in a car. So I told you there's a difference between going back in time and just going backwards.
He's going back in. That's not a negation to my point. The fuck? That
No,
doesn't
you
attack
just
my
said
point.
you
Am I
just brought
tripping
up
or
an
does that not
example
attack
of
my
you
point?
reversing in a car, right?
What?
Did you not bring up an example just now of you reversing in a car?
Yes, I did bring up the example, and the what's it called the argument you made against it doesn't attack it. That doesn't attack it being
Of course it does. Of course it does. You
How
use
does
an
it attack my
analogy of you reversing in a car to going back in time. So I told you it's not the same. Going back in time to a point in time that you can't go back to is different from just reversing
Well,
a car or going
why is it a
backwards.
substantial difference? All right, I'll just say that.
Because even if you were to walk backwards, you still wouldn't be able to go back to the point where we start this debate unless you can go beyond linear time.
Wait, repeat that. Repeat that.
I'm saying, even if you were to just walk backwards now, you still wouldn't be able to go back to the point where we start this debate if you can't go beyond linear time.
Yeah, I'm using like a points in space to reference points in time. I don't really think there's like a massive difference. difference. Can you prove there's a massive difference? W Bankai, L Bankai. No, wait, agent. This man said that Saitama doesn't want to fight strong people. Nah, I just want to let you know that. Oh yeah, so can you prove that? I think my analogy.
What are you trying to do? Run? Are you trying to like run from this point? Or are you just gonna give me the link?
No. I made an analogy between what's called space and time. That's why I really made an analogy between.
I really don't understand, but your analogy made zero sense towards the argument, which I debunked your analogy.
Why does it make zero sense? You didn't really debunk it.
Because you try to equate reversing a car to going backwards in time, which that is wrong, absolute wrong. You cannot reverse a car and go back in time.
I just explained why it's applicable because I'm making an analogy between space and I'm making an analogy between time.
And my analogy also debunked you. Sorry.
What analogy? The one
What were you saying?
You walking back. Okay, so
I said the analogy. Even if you were to walk backwards right now, right, you still wouldn't be able to go back to the point where me and you started this debate. Say you can like record it and have like a record of it, but you would still be perceiving that record in the future. You cannot like go back to the point.
Bunkai,
So you would have to be able to go beyond linear time to go back in time. This would give you 5D power.
Bunkai.
If you're doing this without an hack's ability, he's doing this with cosmic radiation and technique.
Yeah. So Bunkai, you're not understanding my point. I'm making an analogy between space and time. If I do walk backwards, I am walking back to the original point I was. I'm using that linear point, that linear system to substantiate or make an analogy between time and space. Just because I don't travel back in time by walking backwards doesn't really negate my point, because I am making an analogy between time and space. What?
But even if you walk backwards, you're still following like the concept of time, progression and regression, which allows you to move forward and move backwards. But you still wouldn't be able to move back in time to a point that has already passed.
Yeah,
yes, you can walk backwards, but the backwards that you walk would be done in the future. If you see what I'm saying.
So I'm gonna say this again. That doesn't attack my point.
It doesn't really matter what you do; it would still be considered as a future event. Even if you're walking backwards, you're still walking to the future.
Buddy. The reason why that doesn't attack my point is because I'm making an analogy between these two things to like equalize these two things into an example, right? Use permabuse. I'm not permabuse.
You cannot equalize reverse causality punch because it was capable of erasing an event that happened and took place.
So
and
you're bringing up
when
a
you
new
did that punch, that event no longer happened because it reversed it back to the cause and the effect. They reversed the effect back to the cause and got rid of the cause, so the effect no longer exists. So it's two different things from one just going back in time. It's reversal of causality. And this goes beyond linear time, which would be 5D power.
So I think that's just question bag, but I think we can just go to conclusions because like you're not really attacking my point, and like we can just go to conclusions on a specific point.
What do you mean I'm not attacking you? So what's your point? Make your point clear so that everyone can hear it.
I believe I won. Yeah, so the reason why I believe I won is because I made an analogy between space and time. I like equalize them. And I even brought up earlier that, if I walk backwards within a distance of space, I'm going back to the original point in space. Just like how if I'm walking backwards in time, I'm going back to the original point. I even brought this up in a little while ago.
But the original point that you're going to would still be a future event.
Soaking. We're giving conclusions right now. So, and you didn't really attack that. You just kept saying, "Well, no, because you're not traveling back through time if you're like walking backwards or reversing your car backwards." Which I attacked by explaining that doesn't really attack my point because
this is just you following the laws of space and time. This is not
soaking. I am making my conclusions. Don't interrupt when I'm making my conclusions. I'm not going to interrupt when you make your conclusions, but you don't really attack the analogy, what's called equalizing space and time within this dialectic. That's pretty much my conclusions. I lost my train of thought when you interrupted, but let me moderate. No, I'll let Seb moderate.
So the fact that you still don't understand, your point still wouldn't make any sense, because even if I were to like walk to my doorway, and then I pass my doorway, go through my doorway, and go out to the front of my lawn, and I walk backwards to my doorway to the point where I came from, it would still be called a future event, because this is not you going back in time. It's still going forward. It's still progression, which we have to follow. We cannot go beyond it because we're bounded by it.
Seb, if you get me to my gift goal, then I'll let you out.
Wait, hold up. Real quick, Cal. Just to be clear, you're basically like your analogy is just if I walk forward a specific distance and then I walk back that exact distance within space, I'm going back to the specific distance in or to the specific point in space which I was originally in. And if I go forward in time in a progression of events and then I go back in time a specific amount, the exact amount I've gone forward in time in this progression of events, I'm back at that specific point. Is that what you're saying?
Pretty much, yes, and I'm equalizing, like, making an analogy between the two, yeah.
Okay, so basically you're just saying like all Saitama's really doing is just like going backwards in in like a progression of events.
Pretty much, yeah. It's kind of like a Yuri argument.
Oh, like the one I used against Agent?
Yeah. Except for you argued causality, because that was what y'all defined it by, but still.
I mean, that's what it's called, inverse.
Yeah, but that's just, numb. Yeah, so what are your conclusions, though?
I don't think Bonkai knows to give a conclusion. Bonkai, how long have you been debating?
Huh?
How long have you been debating?
About like a year and a half or 2 year.
Oh, I see.
So we
I'm not gonna
started
lie.
debating one thing.
I think, like Bonkai, this doesn't mean to be like an insult, but I think Tensei told me like he was willing to like amp you. You should probably like talk to Tensei. This isn't like a bad thing. Just like Tensei's really good. I think he can learn things.
Willing to what?
Talk to Tensei and like to like learn how to debate better.
Don't be little like that.
I don't think I
I'm
don't
not
think I need
I'm not
amps.
belittling anyone. What?
No, I'm reading a comment. I
No,
don't
I know.
know.
I'm
think I
talking.
need
I'm
an
responding to the comment. He's talking about me. Let me let Seb up
You're
real
talking
quick.
about the Tensei that I beat in
Seb's not
debates.
coming up until he gets the gold. Seb's not
No,
coming
he's
up
getting
until he
up.
gets the
Are
gold.
you talking
No, he's
about the
coming up.
Tensei that I beat in the debate?
Wait, hold on. Wait, what, Bunkai?
What? Did you say you
Talk
beat
about
Tensei?
Tensei, please.
You lost to
Which
Ignorant.
Tensei? That watches Bleach?
Okay,
What do you
maybe.
mean I lost to Ignorant? I never lost a debate to Ignorant.
I have the clips. Okay, it doesn't really matter. That's not relevant.
What do you mean, Flix?
Seb, I'm gonna let you up for like 5 seconds. Fill
No,
my
you're
gift.
okay.
Fill my
What?
gift goal and I let you up.
What is? No, I'm just stop being weird. Just let me stay. Jesus, you're being mad annoying. For what?
When did I lose to Ignorant? And where's the clips?
Where's the clips? Watch my clips. Watch my clips. Sneako reference.
You are not Sneeko again.
The funny. No. Here's the funny part, bro. You don't understand. I can't.
Oh, there he goes.
Yeah. So what are your conclusions on this, Yugi?
I mean, Bonkai, what was your response to like the analogy? And just to be clear, the analogy was if I step forward a specific amount of distance within space, and then I step back that same amount of distance, I get back to the initial point. And the same thing goes for if I go like a specific amount of time in a progression of events, and I go back that same amount of time, then I'm going to be at the initial point. What was your response to that?
And my point is this all that he's doing, he's still following the progression of events. He's not going back in time. He's just going back to a point in space. He's still progression forward, because this would still be considered as a future event no matter what he does, unless he can go back to the exact point and everyone else would have like reversed with him, which that's not going to happen. So it would still be
Wait.
considered as a future event.
Right, but that's not what he's saying. That's not the point of the analogy.
What do you mean that's not the point of the analogy?
The point of the analogy is that he specifically is going back to a specific point in time. or not a specific point in time, but a specific point in space, right? And he's saying if he can do that in space, he's equating that to, yeah, the same like concept would be used for time. If I go a specific amount of time and then I go back a specific amount of time, then I'm probably going to be at the exact same point in time. He's using that as a point in space. He's not saying if I walk backwards, I'm going back in time. That's not at all what the analogy is for.
But that still would like follow the laws of the progression of time. Like
Right.
you're not really going back in
he's
time. You're just
he's
walking
saying
backwards.
hold on. He's saying going back in time in Saitama's instance would be like following the progression of events, and he's using the like going forward a certain amount and going back a certain amount to say like, yeah, it's just him going backwards in the same progression of events and then continuing. That's the point of the analogy.
No, it wouldn't be the same way because it's
The
different.
fuck do you
What
mean?
Saitama
No.
does is he reverse causality. So when he goes back in time, the progression of events, like all the events, goes backwards too, right? It get erased when he erases the effect. So the events of you of whatever took place never happened because he erases it.
By the way, after this, you have to see the Man Runs the Bear portion of this debate. He was so fucking
But this
lost.
is not just going back in time. Like say for instance, if the Flash were to go back in time and try to save his mother, this would create another timeline or another checkpoint. This is not the same with Saitama. He erased the events. This is why his past self fuses with the other self. He erases the events, so it never happened in the first place. There is no other
Okay, so
timeline for it.
okay, so like
For
no
the
one
event to
remembers.
progress through.
Hold on, so wait, so like no one
And
remembers
this
the
is why
events.
no one could remember or anything.
No, someone does remember the events.
Yeah, multiple people remember the events.
Well, they happened. It's just they got removed from Saitama's
What
memory.
event did they? What event?
Do you not remember like the whole thing where everyone was trying to say Saitama's like immeasurable speed even now because of the fucking what's that nigga's name? The Genos statement where he literally describes everything that happens. Yeah, man, he definitely doesn't remember this
So you
happening.
do know that this is because Genos's core was still alive. He wasn't technically dead, and he was recording the events along as they went. So
Okay,
the
so
events
if
that
hold on,
got
hold on,
erased.
no.
Genos, the
So
only
if he went
reason
back in
why
time, they
Genos
would be
was
erased.
capable
What the
of
fuck?
remembering this. No, the only reason why Genos was capable of remembering this is because Genos is smarter than Saitama, and he can remember stuff. Saitama's not going to remember a lot of stuff, right? So,
If it never happened, how can you
so
remember
this
it?
is not because Saitama forgot. Saitama.
So you're changing it. So you're changing it now. Hold on. You're changing it now from he can't do this to oh yeah, Saitama's just too dumb to do this.
No, I'm not saying that he's too dumb. I'm just saying that he purposely doesn't really want to remember. Like,
Do you remember
Wait,
me
so-
throwing a bottle cap at your face?
what?
Do you remember me throwing a bottle cap of your face?
That never happened.
Exactly. So you don't remember it. So if it never happened, it doesn't matter the intelligence level because Genos would still not remember it.
Yeah, like even if
So
he's
you
hold on.
don't really understand.
Even if like the
Because
future him is
Genos
hold on.
was in the middle of Saitama's hand. This
Wait,
is what gave Genos the resistance so that he could remember.
Okay, so why didn't Saitama remember? If
This
like
is because
just
Saitama
if just
doesn't
being
want
hold
to.
on. If just being around Saitama allows you to remember, that would imply that also Saitama can remember, but he doesn't.
Also,
Wow.
that would imply
He
everyone
just doesn't want to
on.
remember.
What do you
He
define
just
as
doesn't
around?
want to remember, quote unquote. Okay, man.
This is an obvious argument.
What a counter argument. Oh yeah. Why? Oh yeah. Why doesn't
He
like
just
Goku
so
use?
so
Yeah.
you see,
Why
so
doesn't
like
Why doesn't Goku like use the Kamehameha here? He just doesn't want to. Why, man? That makes sense. Why doesn't my character win? He just doesn't want to. W reasoning.
Yeah. So
That'd be a
I'm
counter-argument.
just gonna like argue out her. So you want to scare your character, or are you just
Yeah,
gonna?
you can hold on. Let me just tell you how to argue outer. Why is your character like not outer? He just doesn't want to be.
Bro. So what's it called soaking. So I will agree to Saitama. What's it called Saitama having reverse of causality. Sure. Do you want to scale your character? I'll agree to
So
60. I'll
basically,
agree to
what I
60.
say still stand, and I still haven't heard a debunk for like what I've said, bro.
Yeah, no, I'm agreeing to 60 Saitama. 60 Saitama and measurable speed Saitama. That's what you were arguing, right?
Okay.
You were arguing that, correct?
Just send me the rec earlier here. Just send me the rec later, bro. I can't do this. I will start going off on Bonkai.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Was arguing 5D and measurable speed, not 60.
Alright, sure. So 5D measurable speed. That's all. You don't want to scale him any higher.
No, I don't want to scale him any higher. I'm good with
All right, all
5D.
right. 1 second. Just give me just 1 second. Let me get my So he caps at 5D and immeasurable speed for this argument. And let me just get my argument for Outer Goku.
Pardon?
I'm gonna argue Outer Goku. Second, I'll just do this. Has link. Calzire. One second. So I'm just gonna send my skill in general in the chat. I have to be back, so just that's my skill. It's right there in chat. You can copy it. You can look at it. Come back when you do. And then anybody. I'm back. So has he watched the video yet? Men. And come on, he should have watched the video by now. I'm confused about what. Me and Bankai or Soaking Reo are debating Saitama versus Goku. I'd be back, so I just sent him a link to a CL video. Soaking Reo might be ducking. So what's the man and bear got to do with Goku? These are some topics I want to run. Someone was supposed to run Goku, not Goku, but whether the Earth was flat or not for $1,000, and they ducked. Saitama with Goku. My Discord is Cal's. Are you gonna beat me there? I'm getting off live at 9:50 because that should be enough time for him to come back. No, I'll put my Discord in general. I mean, chat. You VC or text? I do both. But I'll do VC. Won't be debating right after I go off live because I gotta rewatch this entire debate with Yugi so you can give a verdict on it. You can be back just for a second. I come back. Is he back yet? Is he like ducking still? So that should be good. Only waiting 2 more minutes. Cold takes, honestly. Yo, hello? Hello, can you hear me? Oh, finally this shit works. Y'all can hear me, right? What? By the way, I'm gonna like what's it called? Let me just test something real quick. Probably something gay. Yeah, that's clipped. That's clipped. Yo. One sec. Yo. You can choose what he can and can't remember on God. Yo. What's repeating my voice? Yo. Alright, well, he isn't here yet, so he's ducking.